So this is a short half-hour session. I moved to Cambridge yesterday, so I am now in Cambridge. This is my new little yoga spot, and I think we'll just plunge straight in. So onto our mats, and let's do some hip work as usual, rotating those hips. Really, really trying to do this every day, keeping that joint nice and lubricated. So going round the one way and then going round the other way. And those of you who've done videos with me before, we try and do this before we do the yoga, especially in the morning when the body's not so warmed up. And then you can swing from side to side. Yes, just like that, nice and elegantly. Okay. And then since we're in this position, let's do some slight side stretches. Lots of S's, slight side stretches, not too far, because if it is the morning, you'll be feeling a little bit stiff. So I wouldn't really go further than the knee, just opening up a little. Good. And then just try going from side to side, because that can be very effective in opening up all the stiff areas without pushing it too far. Okay, good. And then side on, I just want you to tip forward and tip back and tip forward and tip back and tip forward and tip back and tip forward and tip back. Yay. And stay in that back for a moment. So really pushing. Lovely. Really supporting the back with those hands. Great. And then coming back, I'd like you to do some knee lifts. So as high as you can go. Lovely. And you'll probably feel it here in the abdominal area. Try to lift up from the crown of the head. Okay, and then side knee lifts. Good. And then if you're feeling a little bit unsteady, hold on to something. Okay, because we're going to do the rotations of the hip. Okay, and then going the other way. That was going forward. This is now going, sorry, that was going back. This is now going forward. Lovely. And then the other side. Lovely. And then just moving from side to side. And round. Oh, did we do both sides on that one? No, we probably didn't do back. Okay, so being distracted is kind of normal for daily life, and for me to be in a new environment, just outside that window is a bus stop. And thank goodness I didn't open the net curtains, because everybody in the bus would have probably waved at me. So I'm a little distracted, so let's do some grounding. Let's stand in Tadasana, right, with feet facing forward, about this hip joint where the femur here comes into the socket, the knee joint, the ankle joint to the ground, and then roll the shoulders back and roll the shoulders forward, and then do some arm work. Do big circles, forward and back straight. So the first 5 minutes of any yoga session, of a proper session, rather than a squeezing in a balance pose while you're waiting for the kettle to boil, should really be about warming up, okay? And when you've done some shoulder work, let's just take the head from side to side. Okay, and then okay, and try and do that. I would reckon the neck work probably about 3 times a day. So at your lunch break and maybe when you come home. Let's come to the front of our mat. And actually, I'll stand at the back so you can see me fully. Breathing in, take the hands up. Breathing out, bring the hands down. Breathing in, looking up. Breathing out, coming all the way down. Unless that feels too difficult, you can generously bend the knees. Okay, tuck the chin in. And then hold on to the knees and look up. So sideways on. You can bend the knees if you need to, looking up, or you can straighten the knees. I prefer to go for bending because it protects the knees some more. Breathing out, coming down. Again, now take the right foot back and look up. So this is like a runner on a starter position. Okay, and then breathing in, coming up. So sideways on. This is warrior 1. Okay, warrior 2. And then turn that back foot at an angle behind you, like this, from there to there, so that you're going into more classic warrior. Just remember not to lean forward with the torso if you can help it. That's it, shoulders down. Lovely. And watch that back hand, it tends to travel around. Okay, and then breathe in, straighten up, turn the back foot, pointing forward. Bend the front knee again, hands on the front knee. Lovely. Take the right hand down, so it's left foot at the front, and open up, hand up to the heavens with the left hand. Breathe out and down, hands up to the heavens, right hand. Breathe out and down. Take the feet back and into downward facing dog. If you're not sure what I've just said, it's best to look at me, because sometimes I get, as my husband says, my worms middled up. My words muddled up. My worms middled up. Breathing into downward facing dog. Okay. And then walk. Show you sideways on walk. On the feet. That's it. And then really stretching back. Now don't worry too much about the heels going down on the ground. Some people really just can't do that. But walking the feet is a good way to stretch the backs of the legs. Lovely. And then breathing deeply into that, opening up the shoulder blades, tucking the chin in. Tailbone going up and back. Great pose. And then into plank. And then you can put the knees on the ground, flatten the feet, down, forehead to the floor. And nose along the mat, chin along the mat, up into cobra. Breathing into that. And what I tend to do wrong in the cobra is sometimes I put the shoulders up. Try and keep the shoulders down, front of the chest open, the shoulder blades coming together and down. Lovely. And then go back into plank. Okay, back into downward facing dog. And I'd like you to jump the right foot forward. So you can put the left knee on the ground and you can just walk your right foot forward, or you can jump it forward, okay? And then looking forward. And then we're going to do the same warriors, but on this side. So, oops, keep that left foot facing forward, coming up, pushing on the knee, further up, okay? Lovely warrior. outstretched warrior, and then turn that back foot slightly at an angle. Watch that front knee bend over the second toe, down into the, kind of like to call it classic warrior, or most well-known warrior, Virabhadrasana, looking along that front hand into infinity, invincible, strong, steady, fierce. It's a really good pose to do if you don't want people to mess with you. It's like, oh, power, strength, immovability, invincible. Okay, good. And then take your right hand down to the outside of that right foot and open up, looking up. And then take the left hand down, turn the back foot so it's facing the front of your mat. Swap over. Of course, you can have blocks here. Sorry, I forgot to say that. Lots of blocks here. And lift the other hand. If you haven't got blocks, you could try some thick books. You're looking up to the heavens. Lovely twist and stretch. Okay, hand down. And then let's walk, jump, or gently bring that left foot to meet the right foot. And don't worry about going down too far. If you just want to go to the knees, that's good. Releasing down. Soften the knees generously if you need to. And then hands on the knees, halfway, looking forward. And then bend the knees further. Okay, and come up. Back arch, but not very far. And then hands together. Breathe out and come down to the heart. That was good. We're going to do that one more time. So front of your mat. I'll move to the front in a minute. Front of your mat. Breathing in, up we go. Breathe out and down. Breathe in, take the hands up, stretch back. Breathe out. You don't have to move forward. Breathe out and down. Hands onto the knees, looking forward. Lovely. Bend the knees some further. So we're going down into Uttanasana, forward bend. Lovely. So last time we jumped the right foot back. This time, have the toes and the fingers aligned, and we'll move the left foot back. Okay. Looking forward. So basically, just remember, even if I've got it wrong today, you know, you just think at home, can I remember which foot went back when I started the sequence the last time? It's not too big a deal if you can't. There's enough things to get worried about in the world without when you're putting your feet, when you're jumping back. We'll just do it this way. So left foot back, okay? And then I'd like you to move into that lift warrior. It's hard work. Arms are meant to be kind of straight, parallel, arms parallel. Lovely. Then down to the side. Lovely. And then turn that back foot and into more standard warrior. So drop the shoulders. Okay. Front knee going over, not wobbling around here, but going over that second toe. Lovely. And then right hand down to the floor. Lift up the left hand, looking up. Breathe into that. Breathe out. Turn the back foot so it's pointing to the front of your mat. Put your left hand on blocks or on the floor and lift. Breathing in, lifting, lifting, lifting. Look up. Okay, it's hard work, isn't it? I'm breathing out, coming down. And I'd like you to go into plank. And then knees to the, oh no, sorry, plank. Downward facing dog. Breathing into it, walking the feet. Do it sideways on so you can see. Really stretching the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, which tend to be really, really tight. Open out the shoulder blades. Enjoying that stretch if you can. And then into plank. And knees on the floor, flatten the feet. Coming down, forehead to floor. Breathing in, nose and chin along the mat. Up we go into a cobra, but not bhujangasana, not too high, okay? Elbows close to the torso, shoulders down, looking forward. Lovely. I hope this is lovely. Breathing into that. Okay, and then from there, kneeling back into downward facing dog. Okay, and then we'll have a different foot forward. Well, I'm completely confused. I can't remember which foot went where. Try left foot forward, I think. Yeah, let's try left foot forward. So from there, jumping or walking your left foot forward. Okay, into runner starter's position and putting the left hand on blocks or a book if you want. Okay, I'll show this side away on. And opening up. Lovely. This is quite strenuous this morning, it has to be said. Breathing out, coming down. And then the opposite way, breathing in, going up. Breathing out, coming down, bringing the back foot forward. Bend the knees into a soft forward bend. Resting in that for a moment. Okay, softening the knees some more. And placing the hands onto the knees. And use the thighs if you can to come up. Pushing up. Lovely. So that was a little bit of strenuous work. Very good for us. And then I'd like to do a little bit of balance work. So sometimes if you hear the word balance, the best thing to do is to go near something just in case, to hold on. But what I'd like you to do, it's a very simple balance, is to see if you can hold on to your big toe. If you can't, hold on to the knee, okay? And then opening up, lifting one leg, and see if you can balance through. I'm doing the right leg up, so I'm balancing on my left foot and growing from the crown of the head. Okay, so for those of you who can reach the toe, it usually helps to hold on to it, but also you could use a yoga strap around your foot. And can you notice my knee can be bent or it can be straight? And we don't have to be precious about holding the toe. We can hold behind the knee. We can just do whatever we can. We could even bend the knee and still do a balance pose. Lovely. I think I'll do some knee rotations while I'm there. Do not feel shy about holding on to something. If your balance is a bit tricky, because you can get the support if you need it. Lovely. Let's do the other side. Oh, shake out the legs a bit. Shaky shake. I hope you're enjoying these videos. I'm certainly enjoying teaching them. It's nice to pass on the knowledge and hope that it helps you. And if you like a particular video, you know, play it again and do it the next day till you feel you're really getting somewhere with those poses. So this time again, choose somewhere if you want some support. Reach down, see if you can hold onto your toe. If you can't, hold onto the knee. Okay. And then wait through the right foot. Lovely. And doing what you can. So remember, you don't have to hold on to the toe. You can rest this arm on some support, the right arm. You can have that knee bent if that's just all too tricky. Hold on behind the knee. Okay, growing from the crown of the head. I think you get the general gist that we're simply trying to do some kind of balance work. You can balance on one leg, that's wonderful. Okay, breathing out, coming down. And you know, some people say the balance is just really hard for them. So I ask them to go near something and simply balance. Say that table I was near. Just lift one foot up, just a little, put it down again. So you're gently, gently balancing one side to the other. And that will improve the balance. It'll improve what the ears are doing to help with the balance. And of course, as we get older, I don't know about you guys, but what am I now? 61. So we just need to keep doing this work, don't we? And then if you can, coming from the mountain, up and hold that as a balance. Again, if you want to, you can rotate your ankle at the same time. Down, other side, ankle rotation, shoulders down. Lovely. And then just walk, stepping the feet a bit. See how I'm working the foot? And then we're just going to do, actually you could do a seated twist if you want, or you could do a kneeling twist. So don't know whether this stool would be happy for me to sit on it, but we can try. Okay, seated twist or lying, sitting on the floor twist, like so. You choose. So you can sit down on a chair or you can sit on the floor. And all I want you to do is take the left hand to your right knee, your right hand around the back. The good thing about this chair is, as you can see, I can hold on. And then breathing in, lengthening. Okay, lengthen up from the crown of the head. And turn. So breathe in, lengthen, breathe out, turn. And we've done twists in that lovely standing sequence we've just done. This is just one extra twist this morning. Enjoying lovely work into those internal organs. I like the twists. It feels like we're wringing out stuff we don't need anymore, like you wring out a sponge, you know? Okay, and then in your twist, going around the opposite way, so coming to the front, right hand to left knee round the back, lengthen from the crown of the head, breathing out, turn, breathe in, lengthen from the crown of the head, breathe out, turn. Lovely. You could just stay here, couldn't you? So nice. The difficulty with the half hour is I do try to put in as much as I can. And if you want me to slow down, just send me a message saying slow it down a bit. Happily do that. Any requests are fun. You say I'd like more back work or knee work. Okay, breathing out, back to the front. And then let's do, to finish off, we have to do our relaxation. So I would put socks on if I had them near, but I do have a blanket. Blanket, if you have a blanket, would be great. And cushion for your head, if you need it. Lovely. Nice blanket to keep warm. So I think I've said this in other videos. It's all about being really kind to yourself. So you're saying, right, you're going to lie down on the floor, even though it's uncomfortable and it'll hurt your back and you're going to probably get cold, but I don't care. This is all about, you know what? I'm going to make sure I'm really comfy here. So back we go. Great. might do it sideways on because it looks better and you can see what my neck is doing as well. There we go. And then making sure that my chin is towards the chest, that my blankie mostly covers me. If my back is hurting when I'm in position with the feet 2 to 3 feet apart, hands about 1.5 foot away from the hips, palms upwards, shoulders down, my back then starts to hurt. Absolutely listen to your back and bend your knees, soften out in the back, fall back. It's got enough to do during the day without us being mean to it when we're doing our relaxation. And then just breathing, allowing the body to be breathed. And the lovely bit at the end of the more formal yoga sessions is this bit where we really need to, it's a necessity to allow the body to absorb the benefits of the yoga and to ensure that the benefits impact into the emotional and mental psychological level as well. So here we are, just kind of bodies being breathed. Oh, nice. The breathing quietening down. And for a moment, nothing to do and nowhere to go. Letting go completely. And then because I will end the recording, you can stay there quite happily, resting if you like. And I'll just end the recording. You can listen to how I get up from the corpse pose, but you don't have to get up at the same time. So I tend to, if the legs were 2 or 3 feet apart, bring them to parallel, point the toes, breathe in, stretch the arms behind you. Nice stretch, and then bend the knees, roll over onto one side, and push with the arms to come up. And that was the end of that standing sequence that I hope you enjoyed. And I'll post another one tomorrow. Lovely.